are now watching what?
Red Boxing!
Let's get it.
So we got Gary Antuanne Russell and Jerron Boots Ennis. They have some, a past at the amateurs. They fought a few times. I believe Boots beat him once, I believe. I think Gary Antuanne beat him twice. I could be wrong about that, man. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not even sure if Boots even beat him. I know for a fact Gary Antuanne beat him twice. And, there's been people that's been talking about that. Like, we want to see Boots and Gary Antuanne fight in the pros. First of all, that's a good scrap. Everybody want to see that, especially like when you got dudes in the amateurs and one dude best the other one, and then they don't ever fight when they get to the pros. I hate stuff like that. That's a fight that in the near future we gotta see that. A lot of people say, well, Gary Antuanne, he beat him in the amateurs. That means he'll smoke Boots down in the pros. Nah, not so fast. See, amateurs, man, I never looked at the amateurs as a real test, a real gauge to see, okay, well, these two fought the amateurs, so that means that when they get to the pros, he gonna do the same thing. Not true, because the amateurs are the amateurs, man. When they get into the pros, they get a lot better than they were in the amateurs, a whole lot better. And Gary Antuanne Russell, I watched a few of his amateur stuff. He's got better. Boots definitely got much better. Even if he did beat Boots in the amateurs, doesn't automatically mean he's gonna beat Boots in the pros. But it also could mean that Gary Antuanne can still beat Boots. Maybe he got his number when they was fighting back in the amateurs, and maybe he can figure him out. You never know. But then, like I said, as amateurs, fighters improve quite a bit, right? When they get out of the amateurs, at least they supposed to. So a fight between them two would be dope. But see, they're in two different weight classes. Gary's at 140, and Jerron Ennis is at 147. Man, he got a lot of cleaning up to do at 147 as soon as those belts get vacated by either Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford. And Gary Antuanne have work to do at 140, man. He got some, potential title fights in the future, hopefully. So he got work to do in his division. Jerron Boots Ennis, he got work doing his. And then eventually, Gary Antuanne, he probably move up to 147. Not sure when. Some of these fighters, man, they like sticking around in divisions for like 6-7 years, and they never fucking leave. Shit like that. But I'm trying to figure out what is the closest path to Jerron Ennis and Gary Antuanne fight, because these guys are already in one weight class apart, but Boots is already on top of the welterweight chain right now, so he's like almost at the final level, and he ended up going up to 154 because he did say he want to conquer other weight classes. Probably he said he could probably max out at 168 or something like that. So Boots is already like fast tracked on his way out of welterweight. Gary Antuanne, on the other hand, he's having a lot of things to do at 140. I would say good 2.5 years, 3 years worth of work before I think he get a chance. Maybe 2 years, maybe a year and a half, 2 years, he'll be ready to fight for a title. If not now, man. But it's all about the rankings and shit. So, but people bend rules. Shit happens. But I think that fight is extremely difficult for them to really meet up. So I'm trying to figure out, because Boots ain't gonna hang around 147 for too long after he becomes undisputed or something like that. He's probably gonna defend his titles probably once or twice. And then who knows, man, maybe that time, then maybe Gary Antuanne could, they could figure something out. He move up at 147 or a catch weight, I don't know, and then they scrap it out. And we can see exactly where both of them has progressed at, which I think both of them have, but I still want to see it. But just not now, because there's a lot of things Boots is on his verge of accomplishing. And Gary Antuanne Russell, he has a lot of more steps to go up the ladder himself. But eventually, man, if they did fight, my prediction would probably be they'd probably fight at a higher weight class. Probably if Gary Antoine some way somehow can't make 140 no more, or 147 is looking like he can't make that, or whatever the case is. I could see them meeting up at 154 somewhere in the future, maybe in 3 years, something like that, but not now. Not now. But anyway, we know what you think. What happens? What do you think? Who would win if they did fight? If they fought now, Gary Antoine Russell and Jerron Ennis. Drop a comment and let me know what you think about this. It's Rebel Life, boxing. I already know what it is. I'll catch y'all later, and I'm out.